Delita here with Video Couch, and I wanted to go ahead and get episode 15 out the way while I had a chance. Now, you guys, we talked about my next venture right now, which is skinny body care, me being able to get into the MLM or network marketing um, arena. Uh, I'm excited. I still haven't gotten my product yet, and I can't wait. So probably by episode 17, we should have the product in hand and I can tell you how it works. Like I was telling you guys, I had been struggling and I'm not gonna go all over the place with my conversation or my discussion. I'm gonna try to keep it centered in right in place. Um, I have struggled with my weight for about 25 years since I got out of the military. Yeah, about 25 years I've been struggling with my weight. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. Now I am 53 years old and I'm at a point where I know I need to change something. I um I told you that I've done all the fad diets. I've even done the exercise challenges. I've done everything. So what I had done was I had my doctor check my thyroid. She said that's fine. There's nothing wrong with your thyroid. Um, she checked everything that needed to be checked. She's like, there's nothing wrong with why you can't. It's just that I'm thinking to myself, well, if it's nothing medically wrong with me, then it must be something mentally wrong with me. Why is it that I can't lose the weight? Why is it that it's just sitting? It'll go down, it'll come up, it'll go down, and come up, go down, and go down. And I know a lot of people have struggled with this. Since so I started watching more of what I eat. I One of the medications I take um keeps my hunger down. It makes me forget, believe it or not, forget to eat. So I don't eat. So when I do get hungry, I think that's where all my overeating comes from. I don't snack as much as I used to, but I do still snack. I'm not going to sit here and say I've cut out everything. Sodas, the whole 9 yards. I haven't done that. I should, but I have not done that yet. And a lot of things that I'm doing now, um, if I don't get it in check, then it's going to be hard for me to even do the whole procedure or the whole thing, and that's to lose the weight. Now, if you are not familiar with what fibromyalgia is a nerve um, illness. What it does, it attacks the nerves. It makes you feel like you're sore all the time. Your body aches, and like when it rains, it's worse than anything. It's almost like arthritis, but it's like in the joints. Sometimes I feel like someone is taking the marrow of my bones and stretching it. That's how it does me, and it's just tapping all on the lung of all my nerves. So I'm on medication for that. Um, my feet swell up because of some of the medications, and sometimes it's just straight up arthritis. So when you have all these things going on in your body and you're mostly an active person, it's frustrating. It really is very frustrating. My back bothers me. And I'm telling you guys this so that you can understand. And again, as you can see, I'm in my bed. Um, I'm telling you guys this because these are the things that's my challenge. You let me know what your challenges is when it comes to weight loss. I can run, I can do exercise, but because of all my ailments, it sometimes make it hard for me to do all those different exercises that I want to do. And I see myself doing them, but getting up and doing them is a whole different ballgame. Walking, I love walking, but I don't get out as much because after a while, I also have bad knees. I have bad knees to the point where you could touch them and it's tender around the kneecap. It's so tender around my kneecap. But I can't stop walking. I have to keep walking. I have to keep doing all the things I need to do. So I'm telling you this so that you'll see what my challenges is and how I can overcome these challenges. And I think too, once I start moving the weight, I think I might feel a little bit better in some places. I really do. I think some of my illnesses, and it's not like I have a whole bunch of illnesses. I don't want to sit here and I don't want you guys to say, poor Salida, poor Salida. No, it's not like that, you guys. It's just certain things that I thought that was important for me to tell you. So while I'm on this journey, you guys can can relate. It's all about seeing that you guys can relate. I'm trying not to yawn because right now I feel like yawning. I'll let it pass. Okay. I hate yawning, you guys. Sneezing and yawning are two different. Yawning, two different things. Two things I cannot stand doing. Okay, so that's about my journey. Now we were talking. I want to hit more on entrepreneurship. I had the greatest. I had the greatest opportunity. There is a young man named Jay Jones that has a radio show called, he has a podcast that is called Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. And on his podcast, he has some very interesting subjects and very interesting interviews. He played one from Bob Johnson, who was at the time, if you guys know what BET is, which is the Black Entertainment Network, one of the first, is the first black, all black um, television network. Okay. Came in like in the 79, 80s, and they were on the air for like 20 years before he sold it. And he said he sold it for $1 billion. Um, he was on at this Estrella University, was it was an interview they were doing with him at Estrella University. And he just inspired me to like the utmost because of the things he was saying. I was like, man, he made it sound like it was so easy. Entrepreneurship was so easy. But he explained it, but he made it clear on what we have to do when it comes to making a decision to be an entrepreneur. You got to keep working at it. You got to take the good with the bad. You got to do all those things. And he said he's so happy that he never gave up on what he did. And if nobody didn't believe in him, he believed in himself. And he said, you have to do that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be optimistic no matter what happens. You need to be optimistic in your business. When you're going broke, when you're down to your last dime, you still have to be optimistic because it's your dream and you want your dream to come true. So I'm saying to you guys that it's very important that you take the time and really know what you want to do and put all you can, blood, sweat, and tears in it. Because I know it sometimes can get so hard and you want to give up. Believe me, I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. You want to throw in the towel. I am so sorry. It came out anyway. Well, you know I'm real, I'm not fake. So I apologize for that. That was funny. Okay. Long as I don't sneeze. Um um so no matter what happens, you want to make that happen. When everybody's saying no, it's not gonna work, when you got a lot of naysayers, and that could be family. Family to me, when I wrote my book Handling Your Business, one of the things I talked about the four stumbling blocks, and this is not to get off the subject. And I think I explained it on my video couch when I first started it. I did an episode, and at the time I wasn't numbering, so it's like the beginning when I first started doing these. And I talked about the stumbling blocks, and I said it was four stumbling blocks, and one of them could be your family and friends. And sometimes your friends don't want to see you prosper, so they'll start talking negative. And then you need to reconsider who you call your friends. You need to make your circle smaller, and you need to make your resources bigger. You need to have a wide variety of resources when it comes to your business. So I'm saying this to say, I'm saying that to say this. Sometimes the people in your life can be the most toxic people that come into your life, that are in your life. When you need to move forward and do something different, and they're there to hinder you from that, that could be a problem. So, what I'm saying is you need to look at everybody in your life and you need to see if they have a purpose, a positive purpose in your life. I'm not saying eliminate everybody. I'm just saying go through and see who really serves a purpose in your life. Because purposeless people make you have a purposeless life. Believe it or not, the people that you hang around with in your life, I'm serious, it can reflect on you. Whether you believe that or not, I believe it because just the little things. For example, I was telling somebody about my husband. My husband has this phrase he uses all the time. So one day I was talking and I found myself saying that phrase. And I was like, oh my God, I sound like my husband. I really sound like him. So I'm telling you this to say that people do influence you when you think they don't. You would not, you would be so surprised at some of the things that you do and say, and your way of thinking comes not from you, it comes from people that are around you. Okay? So you have to look at it like this. You have to decide whether or not you need these people in your life. I'm just being point blank. If we're on the road of putting you in the place that you want to be in, it starts with the people. One of the things that you have to look at is who is influencing you. Who do you get your attitude from? Your way of thinking, your mindset, your emotional uh, responsibility, or your emotional and your mental. Where do you get all those from? It's from the people that's in your atmosphere and who influences you. So sometimes it's good that we clean out our atmosphere. Sometimes it's good if we just sit back and kind of put together a list of things, people, and places that we need to be in our lives. And I'm saying this because I need to do the same thing. I'm telling you this because I need to do the same thing. I need to sit down and put a list together and look at how my life is and see what I need to get rid of and what I don't need to get rid of. That's what I need to do. It's called organization, cleaning out your closet of your mind, your body, and your spirit. All of that needs to be cleaned out. So we have to think about what do we have to do that? And how can we do it? It can be done, you guys. You'd be surprised how we can do that. When we think about life in general, and I'm going to relate to me. There are times when I wish that things were different in my life. Not to say that I'm not satisfied with my life, but if things would have been different, if I would have made different decisions, if I would have allowed a different perspective to happen. But then again, I think about that now. Everything happens for a reason. So when I look 20 years ago, when I think 20 years ago, I had just moved back to Louisiana from Tennessee. Would I've really stayed as long as I have, or would I went back? Because that was my whole plan. My plan was I wanted my son to graduate from my school that I graduated from. So we came back here. I was about to, once he graduated, I was about to move back to Tennessee because he was going into the military. So I was going to go move back to Tennessee. Well, because I met my husband, that's when we were friends. I met my husband. And then I turned around and got married a year later. Met him a year. A year later, I married him. And I found myself like, oh my God, I can't go nowhere. I'm stuck. And for a long time, I was like, what the hell did I do? I could have been gone. Why am I still here? But I know I couldn't leave my husband. So 15 years later, I'm still here. Through it all, I'm still here. So you look at the people that you have in your life, and I know a lot of things we do are for there's reasons behind it. Whether we know it or not, we know he knows it. He puts us in places and situations to see how good we can do with it or how bad we are. Or is it to make sure that we can be prepared for anything. And I think that's what he did with me. I think he prepared me for anything and still is preparing me for anything. I really believe that. Um, I can't even think of it any other way. I mean, I think about me, I think about my husband, I think about all the people that are in my life, which, be honest with you, not that many people in my life, um, because I like to keep it that way. My business ventures, my entrepreneurship, my videos, this video. I mean, all of the stuff that I'm surrounded in my life with, it keeps me busy and it sometimes keeps me grounded. And then sometimes I just want to walk away from all of it. I'm going to be honest with you. Because sometimes if you're not organized, and sometimes I am not organized, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not organized. Sometimes when we're not organized and we're starting to think of things that we need to do and we feel like we don't have the motivation to do them, it can be so frustrating. So sometimes I do feel like, and I know some of you guys feel like, just want to walk away from the cat, the dog, the kids, the husband, the car, the job, the whole 9 yards. I just know you guys do. There's no way you're going to tell me 24/7, every day of your life, you love everything in your life. I just don't believe that. I cannot. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not being fake with you. I'm being for real. There's no way that everything in your life you love. Now, hope I'm not jumping. Um, now saying that, I want us to also um, think about our business. When you say you want to walk away from everything, that becomes sometimes a stressor for you. And dealing with that stressor, trying to do everything you're doing, and you just know you just need a break. Just a break. If I could just woosah about 10 times a day, because you're going to need it. Okay? If I can woosah 10 times a day, maybe I could get through the day and I don't have to think about just walking away. Maybe you can try that. There are different meditations techniques you can use. I have a million of them. I don't use them. Tell me why I don't. I don't know. I just don't use them. Um, and my problem is, and I need to find this out. And I know when we come back, I definitely want to talk about why is it so hard for us to stay consistent in things that we do and tasks that we take on. Um, that is one thing I just really, really, really have a big problem with, being consistent with things that I do, with tasks that I take on, with people that I deal um, with situations that I deal with. I have an issue with staying and doing the same thing over and over again. You guys, I am not tired. I do not know where these yawns are coming from. Maybe they don't want me talking. Wow, my yawns don't want me talking. But anyway, let me be serious with you guys. Okay. So when you think about uh, the walking away, the entrepreneurship, the circle of people that's in your life, the stumbling blocks that you sometimes consider them to be, when you think about this, how do we come to a conclusion on how we're going to handle it? because you can't handle everything all at once. You've got to come to a point where you have to take your time and go through different things. Um, like I just named something, being consistent, working on that. I need to find a way to put together something where I can learn how to be consistent. Um, because it's hard. It's hard when you can't stay focused all the time. It's very hard when your memory doesn't work to the point where it keeps you going. So you wonder, you're saying to yourself, well, golly, if you have all these things going on with you, how can you have a business? Well, you know what? In the process of me fixing me, it makes me better for my business. And it'll make you better for your business if you go ahead and fix those little quirks we have. I don't want to make it sound like it's something devastating or something we can't get over. I'm just letting you know those are things that are stumbling blocks or sometimes hindrance to us moving forward in our lives. In anything we do, going to school. I was even thinking about going back to school to get my master's. I was thinking about it. All I need is 18 months. That's all I need. But guess what? I said no because I don't think I could do another 18 months of school. School was fun, um, but I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to send my body and my mind through that again. I mean, maybe down the road, maybe I will. I mean, you're never too old. You're really not. I was 53 years old when I got my BS. So I mean, 52 at the time. So I'm not ashamed of it. I just think I'm at a point right now that I really don't think right now is a good time for me to do that because I have other things I want to do. But my main thing is I need to, and with my entrepreneurship and having all the creativity that goes on in my head, I have to find a place where I got to stop and think. Once you list all the things you can do, and I think we should do that. I think what I'll do is I'll put together a list of the things that I know how to do, and I'll explain it to you guys, or you help me eliminate the things that I don't need to be doing. Okay? Um, and to get that answer, I mean, for you guys to get at me, as they say, get at me. SelitaBMcCall@gmail.com. That's SelitaBMcCall@gmail.com. Send me, drop me a line. Say, Selita, I want to help you with that. Say, Selita, maybe you can help me with something. Something like that. I'm here. Okay? I'm here for you. That's my whole job, is to be here for you. That's my mission right now on Video Couch, is to be there for you. I hope I haven't talked all over the place. I hope I tied all this together. All I'm saying is, you guys, being an entrepreneur, um, working on all the things that we want to work on, understanding that we need to have a small circle. We need to pay attention to our bodies when it comes to health, when it comes to it screaming at us to tell us to get more sleep, tell us to get more rest, tell us to calm our mind down just a little bit, relax. Relaxation is very, very important. Relaxation is very, very important. Having that time away. So many times I say to myself, I just want to get away. And I told you guys that. Sometimes I feel like I want to walk away. Sometimes I feel like I just want to get away. Getting away and just relaxing. But sometimes it's so hard for us to get away and totally wind down. We're so wired up. We're so into doing all the things we're doing. We we can't do without it. I was talking earlier with my husband, and he said, if you don't have that phone, you have that computer. And I had to tell him, I said, you know what? I have to have those. I said, I have a full 24/7 radio station online, digital radio station that I have to monitor. I have to monitor my radio station. And then on top of that, with me doing this skinny body, I have to continue to make sure I'm doing what I'm doing with that. So it's like, I'm sorry, this is my life. This is what I do. I mean, I love it. I can't help it. But it can be overwhelming. And sometimes I do have to just shut everything down, just if I can just do it for an hour. I turn off the TV and I just relax. It's so wonderful to actually calm your mind, man. You guys, I'm just telling you, just take some Zen time and just relax. Just, I mean, 5, 10 minutes a day if you can. Uh, uh, just take some time and just relax, no matter what you're doing, because we all live these hectic, crazy lives. Okay, and we don't blame nobody for it. It's our life. It's what we chose. And if we want something different out of it, like I said, what do we have to do? We have to decrease. There is parts of our life we have to decrease in, and then there's parts of our life we need to increase in. And the part of our life that we need to increase in has a lot to do with our mental and emotional health. Okay. We need to increase in that, and we need to decrease on all the other crap. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Um, when we come to the point where we can do that, and I'm not pushing anybody to do it right off the bat because I know it can be hard. But what I'm saying is when you get, oh, did you see my earrings? Yes. I make these. You like that? Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I make these. Hmm. That is one thing I love doing, and we'll talk about that at another time. That's not part of our conversation today, or our discussion today. Our discussion is decreasing and increasing. I told you about my challenges. I told you directly and definitely about this new skinny body network marketing um, thing I'm doing, um, keeping it rolling. Um, Not really, just trying to find out where I belong and how I belong in this. Okay, that's where I'm at the beginning right now. Um, if you check me out on Facebook, you'll see I've been putting up little posts about it, leaving the website address, my web address on everything. So the next thing I'm gonna get is my magnets for my car. The other thing I'm gonna get is my brochures. Little by little, I'm gonna get all the things I need to make this happen. I'm very well ready to do it. So that's what we're basically talking about. So with me taking all that on in my life, my regular life, my husband, my me and my issues, all of that together, definitely, definitely has to come to a point where I have to know to walk away and just get some rest or some Zen time. Okay. And I'm advising you guys to do the same thing. Make your circle smaller, increase, no, decrease, increase. Decrease the outside world, increase the inside. And the inside of your world is in here. Uh, Increase in here, take more time out for yourself, decrease on the outside. That's just how it is. That's how we have to look at it. Increase, decrease. Okay. Um, and then when we come back, no, we already on episode 17, we will talk about more of doing this and getting ourselves prepared to do that. Uh, I had to make this video, you guys. I had to get this video done. I'm glad I talked to you guys. We're winding down with the time. I hope I didn't ramble. I hope you guys got something out of this. And next time I do a video, I think I'm going to use my camera. My web camera is fine. I think I'm going to use my other camera. That's another thing. One of the other things I do. I do videos. I actually make videos. Not only doing this, but I do it where I do documentaries. I report information for my blogs from videos that I do. Yeah. So I guess I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening in. This has been Salita. This is episode 15 of Video Couch, and bye bye.